This week in WODs is the overhead squat. Pew, 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 pew. Hey everybody, this is Tim Wen from Team Hypertrophy at the Chop Shop, Monroe Township's premier strength and conditioning facility. So if you're in the area, Jamesburg, Middlesex, East Brunswick, Middlesex County, Central Jersey, come check us out, get strong. So this week in WOD is the overhead squat. Why? Because it's a very great indicator of your mobility deficiencies, particularly in the shoulder and in the ankle. It's also just a really fun variation on the regular old squat if you're bored of that, though in my opinion you can never be bored of squats. Also, if you're into Olympic lifting, snatches, it's a great accessory work for you to work on your own skills. So to first of all demonstrate what an overhead squat is, basically have a wider grip than you would with say a press. Good rule of thumb, basically the bar is going to come in contact with where your hip bones, where they would protrude. So too wide, you're coming all the way up here, up to your belly. Not what we want, unless you want a perforated intestine. Or too narrow, down here on your crotch, not the most comfortable places. Right on your hips. Now since this is PVC pipe, I'm just going to bring it straight overhead. Give you a side view, give you my pretty side. And with this, it's just like any other squat. Look up, chest up, take a deep breath, butt back. Stick the butt out and lower yourself. Get into the bottom of that squat. As you come up, drive through that heel, up, 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 boom, overhead squat. So common things that I see when people do their overhead squats is first, they can't get low enough because as they get lower, that bar comes forward and they almost fall on their faces. But luckily, they throw the bar away. So if you ever feel like you can't handle the weight in the overhead squat, throw it away and walk in the other direction. Now me personally, I prefer throwing the weight out front. Not particularly a big fan of dropping it behind me and walking forward. I generally like the other way. But that's your own preference. Just don't drop it on your neck and decapitate yourself. So one reason for that is, like I've said before, shoulder mobility. They can't quite get their shoulders, keep their shoulders locked there, and then it's really stiff. As they come down, that weight tends to move forward, forward, splat. Now if you're having shoulder mobility issues, drill for that is taking your PVC pipe, take a bit of a wider grip, and from here, do pass-throughs. Bring the bar to the back, to the front, back, front, so on and so forth. Do this for about 10 repetitions, and then next thing we're going to do are halos. Literally just around the world. So do about 5 to 10 per side. Alternate if you want to. Basically just going around, and key here is keep the arms locked out. Not trying to flex here. No flexing here. Arms locked out, nice and straight, and go. Another issue could be your own ankle mobility. A drill for your ankles would be just taking a band, which is should be a staple at your facility. Or if you come to the Chop Shop, it's a staple here. Here, grab a bench, grab a seat. In between sets, take one end of the loop, put it around the top third of your foot, and basically back and forth. Do that for about a minute, then draw circles with your feet. Do about a minute and reverse direction. After you do that, switch to the other foot. So when you move on to the barbell with your overhead squat, I'm just going to demonstrate from this angle just so it's easier to show you guys. You're going to set up just like you would with any regular squat. Get on the bar, get whatever grip you normally would, up, walk away from the rack. Here, and take that same wide grip, here I got these 2 marks on the barbell. That's generally where my hands are. Wrap your hands around, and when you're ready, take a deep breath, dip, and drive that bar up. Here, what you want to do is activate your shoulders. Basically, turn your armpits towards the front. So you don't want the armpits facing down, because then you're internally rotating the shoulder. And like I've said before, it's a bit of a no-no. So turn the armpits out front so that they're facing. If there was a hypothetical person in front of you, they'd be looking straight at your pits. Here, deep breath, chest up back, and squat. Good. Now, a pretty good question is, what do you do with the bar when you're done with a squat and maybe you're reaching your 1 rep max and you're not the most comfortable putting it back on your shoulders? One option is, if you have weights, preferably not the empty barbell itself, just drop it. Drop it out in front of you and walk away. If you have just the bar, if you can tolerate it, just bring it down here, catch it with your hips. Conversely, what you can also do is put it back on your shoulders. Just like that. So the key there is, as the bar is coming down, lower yourself a little bit, and then get the little flex in your knees, just like springs. That way it can absorb the shock of that, so you're not breaking your back just by putting the weight back on your shoulders. But if you're not comfortable with that, like I said before, drop it, walk away. So that is the overhead squat. Pretty simple, a little bit technical. Just got to practice it, and that's pretty much all it takes. And working on those mobility weaknesses with the drills, with the bands, with the PVC pipe, just takes some practice. So, if you guys have any questions or feedbacks, let me know. You can contact us, visit us at our website at chopshopstrong.com. Your feedback is really important to us because it lets me know what to do to make these videos a lot more valuable, because you're putting in time to view these videos, and I just want to make it the best it can possibly be for you. So this is Tim Wang. I'll see you guys next week. Tim and out.